Good morning, good morning. Gee, it's great to start your day with coffee with Karma today. Good morning. Now, one of the best ways you can make sure that you set your book apart is to research the competition and then do something different. Or, as several of my mentors say, zig where others zag. Well, if you don't know where they're zagging, how in the heck do you zig? You research. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help entrepreneurs, executive coaches, business leaders, and consultants write, publish, and market a client attracting book so that they can grow their business and attract all the opportunities that they wish to achieve in the world, get their message out there, and grow their visibility. So, the first tip, and I talk about this one a lot, is use Amazon. The one thing I haven't necessarily mentioned is that using the look inside feature. What you're doing is you're clicking on it and you're looking inside and you look at the table of contents. What are all the other books that are kind of like, well, maybe not all of them, that would be a lot of research, but like say the top 10 books that are kind of like yours, what are they talking about? Because you learn two things from that. One, you learn the things that readers are going to expect to find in your book, and therefore you need to address them. You don't need to agree with them. You don't need to say the same thing. You don't need to do anything, but you do need to say, okay, I'm aware that this topic is often talked about in books like this, and I disagree, or I concur, or whatever. You address that pink gorilla in the room. And do not, okay, do not copy somebody else's table of contents verbatim. That's That is wrong. That is bad. That is naughty. Don't be naughty. What you're trying to do is find out where other books are zigging so that you can zag. That's the point. And you can't zag if you're copying somebody else's table of contents. All right. Now here's another idea I really like, and that is explore niche book lists. Now, how do you do that? Go to one of those 10 books. You've researched the top 10 books that are kinda like yours. You've gone into look inside feature and you've looked at the table of contents. Next, scroll down the page to where the categories are and open those up into new windows. When you click on the category, it's gonna take you to the top books in that category. And this is gonna open your eyes to even more books that are placing themselves in that category. Sometimes Amazon places them there. Most of the time, the authors are. And sometimes it's accurate and sometimes not so much. But this gives you another idea of what are the top performing books and study them. Find out what is making them successful. Is it something in the content? Is it their cover? Is it Do the research, figure it out. Then then you're still with your top 10 books, right? This is what I'm talking about here is gonna take a little bit of time. You don't have to do all this, but the more that you do, the better you can make sure your book zags where others are zigging. So the next thing, you take that top 10 list and now you're gonna look at their book descriptions. What are they saying about their books? What do you think is working? What do you think is not working? What are they promising that maybe they're not quite delivering on that promise? And what are the threads among are like all of them promising the same thing? That's a pink gorilla. Find the pink gorillas. So thing number 4, study related book recommendations. So, when you're on Amazon and you go to a book, it says, "Books, you like this book? Here are some more books that are like this book." Study those too. Same thing. Look at their table of contents, look at their description, look at their reviews, look at their categories. I mean, you could really go down a rabbit hole here. And so what I recommend is just dedicating no more than like 1 or 2 hours to this exercise because you could go down deep, deep rabbit holes and spend days on this stuff. You do not need to do that. A couple of hours max. Max. A couple of hours is all you need, but these are the different things you can do during those 2 hours. You may not get to all of them, and that's okay. So, and then number 4, you can go to Goodreads, look up those books on Goodreads. What questions are readers asking? Now, not all readers ask questions. No one has asked any questions on my books, and yet I know people are reviewing the books because there's reviews on there. People are reading the books because I see it on their wish lists. They're just not asking questions about it. So maybe I'm just really straightforward, or maybe they just don't think to ask questions. Goodreads is not as active as it could be in some genres as it is in others. It depends on your genre, but go check it out. Some of the books that you found in your research on Amazon may have questions on Goodreads. What are those questions? So, those are the 5 things that you can do to research your book's competition, your book's rivals, so that you can figure out how to zag where they're zigging, thus making your book stand out. This is Carva Spence saying ciao for now, and I will see you on Friday when I'm going to be talking about 5 innovative book writing tips that are based on Miyazaki's book movie, Spirited Away, which will be celebrating 23 years this coming weekend. See you then.